I'm ready for our next guest when my team is ready to bring her up. I have the awesome Emily, first fellow dentist on the show like me. Dentists Unite. We need like a sign for not crying inside, Emily. So Emily, tell us what you do specifically, because I know you do a lot of things. But I'm interested, if I'm like, hey, Emily, I know you do so many great things, but what do you do to make dentists' lives better? What do you like to focus on to make their lives better each day?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be on here. As always, high energy, get it done. I would say there are two things that I help dentists do to make their lives better. The first one is to increase their net income. And we increase it by focusing on the right metrics, focusing on how to increase the production per hour. And there's more than one way to do that. And the second thing, to decrease their stress by getting better perspective. And I want to share two little stories. I was doing actually it was one of the coaching, a group coaching session, and there's an associate on there, right? So she's working for different offices, and at the end, she texts me and it says, "Thank you for giving me a chance to become a better person than I was 3 hours ago." And this was 3 hours after the coaching wasn't 3 hours, but that tells me she's an associate. She may not have all of these other burdens, right, of owning a practice, but she already feel that she's a better person and she's coming to Action to Win in person, which I love. The other doctor says that after working with Emily for a short time, I doubled the income in one area of my practice that was underdeveloped. And that has to do with looking at things a little bit different. Sometimes we try to do too many things and then we don't actually do all of them. But instead, if we focus on what could increase on that net income for us, we can easily achieve that. And you can see
two such phenomenal things. I love that story. I listen to a podcast and I put it up on the board here a lot. It diluted efforts, diluted results. So a lot of times if we do too much of that, so that's such great content. Also, I've talked a lot about this being a year where I'm focusing just as much on my morale as money. Sometimes dentists overvalue, and by sometimes I mean almost all the time, money, and they forget about their morale. So you saying, you sharing that story of I feel like a better person, that doesn't have anything to do with money. That has to do with how the dentist feels about themselves. But when you couple that with also increasing net income, that is the magic. And one of the things I want to compliment you on is, being a coach is not easy, right? It's not easy for a sports team or for dentists. But what you do is you transform the lives of the dentist inside their office and outside their office, which really helps their family. And that's really just what we need because, nobody knows the stress of what it's like to do full contact arts and crafts every day, but dentists. I mean, it's very, very stressful and intense. And if we don't get coping mechanisms and techniques to doing that, your Action to Win seminar, when is that going to be? When is that? That's coming up just next week, right?
Yes, Action to Win is going to be July 9th and 10th in Miami. I'm so excited that Brandon is coming.
Brandon's coming, and if he says I authorized him to buy mojitos for the whole Action to Win crew, I did not authorize that. No, I'm just joking. But okay. You're lucky to have Brandon coming. He will thrive. It was a tough sell. Brandon's like, do you think I could maybe go to Miami and see Emily? So if you have it in Des Moines, Iowa, no offense to Des Moines, Iowa, I don't know if he's going to do that. But I'm so glad he's coming. What are people going to learn at this seminar?
Well, first of all, just real quick, I know there's a number on there for people to text to for the high performance assessment. When you text to that number, you get these quick questions that is going to talk about really the high performance where you just talk about it's not just about money, right? Because it's going to open up people's minds on what that's all about. The event, we have clinical, we have cosmetic dentistry, we have laser dentistry, and then we have business strategies on how to grow your business. And we also have the high performance strategies on how to improve your life. Because guess what? If you're a better person, you're going to be a better mom, a better dad. Yeah. You're going to be a better boss and a better person in the community. And none of that may have to do with money.
Yeah, it's so key, and it's about finding. We ask patients about their chief complaint, which I find is overly negative. I always say to a patient, "I'm so glad you're here. What would be the best way for me to help you?" Not chief complaint. And you say that to dentists, sometimes it has nothing to do with their finances and everything to do with their feelings. Sometimes it has to do with their finances. Sometimes people's practices are struggling and they can't figure out. So I appreciate you being a key resource and sponsor. Enjoy your time with Brandon next week. It's always fun to hang out with them. Thanks so much, Emily.
Thank you so much.